Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. Got another flashlight review for you guys today. Hope you're not getting tired of these, because I'm not getting tired of doing them. I love flashlights. You guys know that. It's a pivotal part of my EDC. I carry one every day. I believe that everybody should, especially when somebody asks me at least every other day if they can see my flashlight, because everybody at work knows that I'm the flashlight guy. I'm the guy that has everything. The knife guy, the tool guy, the first aid guy, flashlight guy. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Thrunite TC20. Now the Thrunite TC20 has a max lumen output of 3,800 lumens. So this is my brightest flashlight in my collection so far. Certainly not the brightest flashlight on the market, but the brightest one that I've ever owned. So really excited about this light. Loved testing it. This has been a fantastic light, and Thrunite is one of my absolute favorite light companies, if not my favorite. Just because they put out some super high quality lights for practically nothing. Their lights are extremely cheap compared to the competitors on the market. So, love Thrunite. Just going to real quick show you guys what comes in the package when you order this. This is a rechargeable flashlight, so you get the micro USB charging cord for it. Comes with this little nylon belt pouch, which I will not use. A couple other little added doodads. You get a lanyard. You have a spare O-ring, or like a little rubber seal for the clicker switch. You have another spare rubber piece for the charging door housing. A little cover. Here's your charging cable that comes with it. I forgot I didn't even use this because I have so many micro USB cables that soon they're going to be changing to Type-C, I believe, so they'll be all rendered useless for most of my devices. But anyway, you get that, and of course the instructions and all that good stuff. But I always like to show you guys what comes with it when you order it. And then of course the battery is also included, which is always nice. Should be a standard, but not all companies send you batteries with their flashlights. Which is another interesting thing about this light, which I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys real quick. And I have had no experience with this kind of thing. By the way, awesome threads on these. O-ring seal for waterproof. But the battery that comes with it is a rechargeable 26650, 500 milliamp, 3.7 volt. Never had any experience with 26650 batteries, but this thing's a battery. But great that it comes with it, because I'm sure this is not a cheap battery. So that screws in. And by the way, the other end unscrews as well. I don't know why you would ever need to unscrew one, or the front if the back unscrews, but whatever. Here's your lanyard hole right there. If you're into lanyards, I'm personally not into lanyards with my lights. It's a really nice knurling all around here, which is just that checkered pattern. Just a standard knurling, just to get a good grip, especially if your hands are wet and sweaty. Is a hex pattern around here close to the bezel, which helps prevent it from rolling too much. As you can see, it does roll. It's supposed to do that, but if you guys have noticed, the heat sinks around the bezel come out farther than the little hex pattern. So the hex pattern just kind of, I guess, extra grip. I don't know. But since it doesn't have a tail cap, it will do a tail cap stand, which is nice. And by the way, this whole thing is constructed of T6 hard anodized aircraft aluminum. So they made it as light as possible for the size of this light. Light, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so you do have some heat sinks, because this thing will get hot. Here is your charging port cover. All waterproof, so no worries there. This is all drop resistant up to 6 feet. Water resistant to your normal distance. I forget what it is, but it's your IPX8 drop and submerged rating. Take a look at that powerhouse of an emitter. Huge thing. The emitter is an XHP70 LED. You can see the reflector is heavily orange peeled for a nice flood. With a light this bright, you want it to have a good amount of flood, because as bright as it is, it's gonna have some spot. So you're gonna have some spotlight capabilities with this light. So no worries about that at all. You have 4 light output settings, and then plus 2 what I would consider additional settings, those being firefly and strobe. So I'm just going to run through those real quick with you guys. It's a basic operation, no bells and whistles in terms of the operation. So you have the power button here. Not a huge fan. I prefer tail cap, but with a light this big, the button doesn't bother me, because tail caps I prefer pulling it out of my pocket and but let's face it, you're not going to be pocket carrying this light. This thing is huge. This is going to be, you're probably going to carry it in the pouch on your waistband or on your belt. If you're going to do that, carry it in your backpack or throw it in your car. But anyway, click it to turn it on. I just have it in the first setting. It does have a memory, so whatever setting you prefer it to be on, the next time you turn it on, it's going to be on that setting, with the exception of Firefly or Strobe or Turbo. So the first setting here I have it on is low, which is 38 lumens, and it has a runtime with a full battery of 46 hours. 46 hours. So that's pretty crazy. That's almost 2 days. So 38 lumens isn't, you know, a powerhouse, but 38 lumens is enough to do pretty much anything, with the exception of, you know, trying to get a glimpse of something really far away in pitch darkness in the woods. But, you know, around the house, if you have a power out, your eyes are going to adjust, obviously. Walking around your backyard, walking around the woods even, you know, just trying to see your feet. 38 lumens is plenty. So especially if you're trying to conserve battery life, you know, in a, you know, emergency situation, you know, you're without power, you need your battery to last a while because you can't recharge it and you don't have any spare batteries. Because I don't know where you even get a 26650 battery. You're going to need your battery to last a while. But anyway, to crank it up to the next setting, and it always goes upwards, so there is no, you know, making it go back from another setting. You just have to cycle through all the modes. But you press the button and hold it down until it goes to your next setting. I believe it's 2 seconds. Hold it down for 2 seconds. Otherwise, when you press it, it just goes off. So, like I said, that's the memory, because that's the next setting we're on. But like I said, you just press it and hold down when the light is on. So this next setting is medium, which is 320 lumens, with a runtime of 10.2 hours. So it dropped significantly, but the lumens went from 38 to 320. So 320 lumens is already brighter than most of your traditional, conventional store-bought flashlights. You know, you go to Walmart, a 320 lumen light is going to be, you know, kind of hard to come by. But I don't know about today's market, actually. You know, they're getting more and more popular. The technology to make lights brighter and smaller is getting cheaper. But anyway, that's brighter than most lights you're going to see. It's washing out the camera. And right now, here's a good opportunity for you guys to see. Beautiful hot spot, no artifacts, meaning no weird things over here in the corona, if you will. I forget the name of that. The spill. I'm sorry. I know I'm a flashlight guy, but I forget the nomenclature every now and then. So the spill, which is your flood, is nice and pure, but you do have that big bright hot spot regardless of the heavily orange peeled reflector. Alright, so the next output mode is, or the next output is going to be 1800 lumens. So you went from 38 to 320 to 1800. Yeah, you're probably not going to find a traditional regular Walmart store-bought flashlight with this kind of output. This has a runtime of 145 minutes. So again, drops significantly, but you're talking about a crazy amount of light. I mean, it almost hurts my eyes seeing it on the reviewing table. And by the way, this is getting really hot. It's not enough to really burn you. It's not going to set a leaf on fire like you've seen some of those videos of the crazy lights. But it's super bright. It looks really cool. And then the next highest setting is going to be the max output, which is what's advertised for this light. And you get there because if you hold the button down again, you're just going to cycle back through those modes. So to get to turbo mode,
it's turbo time,
which is 3800 lumens, from any lumen output, you double click real fast. So this is your hard to tell on camera. We'll do a backyard shot here in a second. blinding, very hot to the touch, 3,800 lumens with a runtime of 130 minutes. So, not crazy, but that's a pretty long runtime for 3,800 lumens on one charge. So very impressive, extremely bright. I'm going to turn it down now. And by the way, if you hit the button to turn it off, then turn it back on, it's just going to go to the last setting you had it at before you turned it onto turbo mode. So turbo mode is not saved in the memory, so you can't keep it on turbo and turn it back on. You're going to have to double click to get to turbo every time. To get to strobe, you double click to get to turbo, and then while you're in turbo, you double click again. That's when you get to strobe. And it strobes at 2,280 lumens. It's kind of an odd number. But 2,280 lumens for 180 minutes. I don't know why you'd ever need to strobe that bright, that long, but it's there. So that's how you get to there. Double click from turbo, and then again, it just goes back when you turn it off and on after that to the setting you had it on last, because strobe is not saved in the memory. But this also has an additional light output feature that is also kind of quote-unquote secret, and you get to that by, when the light is off, pressing the button and holding it down for more than 2 seconds. And that's going to activate what's known as Firefly mode. A lot of you guys are going to be familiar with that. Firefly mode is 0.5 lumens, so a half of a lumen, with a runtime of, get this, 37 days with a full charge. 37 days. Now, you can barely tell. I mean, you can look directly at it, and actually it's a good shot of the emitter. You can kind of see it. But anyway, half of a lumen is nothing. You can't even really see it. That's only going to be good if you're rooting around your nightstand one night. You don't want to wake up your spouse. Maybe you sleep with, a small child in the room with you. You don't want to wake them up. It's enough to, when your eyes are already adjusted, to get by. Way brighter, or it's not as bright as your cell phone light, just your cell phone screen. So, if you have a spouse like mine who's a very light sleeper, that might help you. Alright guys, I'm out here in my backyard, same distance as I do in every review. I'm going to start out with the lowest setting, which is 38 lumens. So you guys can you can see it on that tree right there. Now in person, it lights it up enough to see. It's definitely enough to project on the ground in front of you to see where you're going. So that's plenty of light. Crank it up to the next setting, which is the 320. Now you can see everything in my backyard. It's really overly illuminated. That's really more than you'll ever need. But wait, there's more. Crank it up. And by the way, I said that when you cycle through the settings, press the button down and hold it, it's always going to graduate to the next lumen output. I was actually mistaken. It actually, like if you're in medium, which is 320, and you hold the button down again to cycle through the next mode, it's actually going to go back to the original setting, the low mode. But just thought I'd mention that real quick. So now I'm going to crank it up to the 1800 lumens, which is high. Again, way more light than you'll ever need. It is just absolutely blinding. But wait, there's more. So we're in high, and we're going to double click, and hopefully you guys will be able to see the difference. So now it's 3,800 lumens. Should hold the light out here so you guys can see how crazy that is. It is super, super bright. Just like I said, way more light than you would ever need. I mean, it's spotlighting everything. But you can really see this is where the spill comes in and just illuminates everything in my field of view right now. Light's getting kind of hot. And eventually when the battery dies, by the way, this blue light will turn red. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Thrunite TC20. I love this light. Great bug out light. This is a really good light to throw in your bug out bag because it's insanely bright. Has a really long runtime if you're just using it for the basic flashlight stuff you need to use it for, just to see in the dark a little bit. You know, you don't always need 3800 lumens. So I actually can't think of any time where I need 3800 lumens, but it's cool that it's there if we do need it, if there is an application that we haven't thought of yet. So that'd be really cool. So definitely check this light out, guys. This is retailing right now for around $90, which is a steal when you compare it to a lot of the Phoenix lights, or especially the Surefire lights, that aren't even this bright. And to me, this is just as tough. I'm sure you can mount this to a weapon and it will be just as sturdy. You know, it's waterproof up to 2 meters, drop resistant up to 6 feet, and all that good stuff. Plus the added advantage of it being rechargeable, so you never have to buy batteries. So as long as you have electricity, you can recharge this bad boy, and that is definitely the future of these lights, is the rechargeability, or the rechargeable ability, I should say. But anyway, guys, love this light. Definitely go and check this out if you're in the market for something you can throw in your truck, throw in your car, glove box, just something that, bug out bag, your main EDC pack, whatever. This is going to be your main go-to heavy-duty light. When, your little pocket keychain flashlight won't cut it, this thing is here for you. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments box. Again, thank you to Thrunite for supplying this light for this review for you guys. Just have a great night, guys. Stay safe, stay sharp, God bless. Sherman614. Peace.